Right. Hey, everybody, it's Bob Schwartz at the Home Business Advertiser, and I'm really excited to have this guy, Brad, on with me. Brad is in a direct sales company, and from what I understand, we're not going to mention the name of the company at all, but from what I understand, Brad works from home. He sets appointments and opens accounts for a large manufacturing company, similar to like a Sam's Club or Costco or Amazon. And I met Brad a few months ago, and he started using our leads to build his direct sales business. And Brad, you've been such an encourager to me. You send these emails about, the good news and the bad news. And I don't want to say like our leads are the best in the world, but because they're not, but they are really good leads. And you have a way of working with people that is just like incredible. From the last email I got, you had signed up 17, made 17 new, what would you call it, membership sales or what?
Right. Opened up 17 memberships.
So 17 memberships out of the leads that you called, texted, and emailed just in September. Is that right?
Well, no, that would have been 10 in September, and it would have been 7 in August.
So that's 17 people in 2 months.
Correct.
Which I think is incredible. And to be straight with you, like when I first started talking to you about these leads, we had about 100 subscribers, buying 3 leads a day for $39 a month. And now we have like 164 people. So people are starting to find out what you're doing, but they're asking me, what is Brad doing? So would you be able to just explain, like, what are the 3 things that, I have a question here is like, what are the 3 things that enabled you to be successful in direct sales? But what are you doing with these leads, Brad?
So what I like to do with the leads, I have like a 3-step process that I basically do. I text people initially, and I try to like create some curiosity. I wait for them to respond. Once they've responded, I ask them to text me an email address. And then at that point, I forward them more information to kind of create even more curiosity. But I don't actually allow them to watch the video I want them to watch until they engage with me one more time. Because I want to make sure when they're watching my video presentation that explains the business, that I know when they're watching it because I'm providing them the password at that moment. And so I'm there with them while they're watching the video presentation. When the video is over, if they're interested, at that point, the magic is really all from the video, and I've been at this for a while, so I'm pretty good at closing people at that point as well. The video I use is really exciting. And if they don't like it, hey, I tell people right up front, when the video is over, I'm not going to try to convince you to join. I just don't do that. Did I do that 20 years ago? Probably. Do I do it now? No. I just wait for you to be excited because it fit like a glove and it's something you would like to give a try.
Right. So out of 100 leads, let's say you text an email 100 leads, it just says, hey, are you interested? And how many people get back to you? Like how many people actually like engage with you?
I don't really email. I'm not a big emailer until they've engaged with me initially.
Okay.
But I text everybody, and hopefully it's a cell phone, not a landline. Otherwise, it's not going through.
Yeah.
Most people have cell phones, so it's a pretty good response. But I'd say out of 100, in all honesty, if you're lucky, out of 100, I would say maybe about a dozen are going to be curious.
Okay.
A bunch of them are going to say stop. They're going to say, all sorts of colorful things, but you're going to get the cream that rises to the top, as they say, because part of what I text does have a little bit of curiosity factor there. And I mentioned how simple it really is. And it's something you can do from home and a strong rating with the Better Business Bureau, et cetera. So out of those dozen, maybe if you're really good at what you're doing, you're going to probably close, at least half of those, I would think, once they're engaged with you and they've responded and they're willing to watch the video.
Okay. So there is some rejection that comes along with it, but I think there's rejection in no matter what, any kind of business, right? So uh,
It's brutal, and I think that's the one reason why most people that enter this type of a business,
mhm,
they can't take it.
right.
Like I'll spend days, I'm not going to lie, I'll spend days where nothing's going right. I mean, it's just brutal. Nothing, everyone's really rude, and and it's just horrible, and it's
Yeah.
frustrating. Then all of a sudden I'll get like two in a row, and one will be a builder, and it just replenishes your enthusiasm for the business. And a lot of it is, of course, the people that you're connected to as well. If you don't have a good support team, you could be a superstar, but you're probably not going to get too far too fast.
Yeah, and you have an awesome support team, and I know that definitely helps you, and maybe that is partly what separates you from the rest. I mean, can you talk a little bit about the support team that you have with your direct sales company?
Oh yeah, well, my support team is absolutely one of the most incredible, powerful, unusual support teams you could ever hope for in your wildest dreams. I don't know. The gods were smiling down on me when I discovered this opportunity. I'm working with someone that's in a rarefied air. I mean, really, an extremely unusual person. He's just brilliant. He warned me when he first met me that it might ruin our friendship, which I thought was rather odd. He goes, most people are not able to keep up with my work ethic, and it ruins our friendship. I said, well, I'm ready for the challenge.
Yeah.
And here I am 24 some odd years later, and you know, I'm sure I love him more than he loves me, which
Oh,
is okay. Which is okay. I'm keeping it
I
real.
love you. I'll
But
go.
I'm also one of his superstars that he's also very proud of what I've accomplished from what he's taught me.
Very, very cool. Um, what else? I mean, here's a question, like what separates your business model for your company with, compared to like MLM or network marketing? I mean, I said in the introduction, and I really like this. I mean, to be honest, I stole it from somebody else, but you're basically working from home, setting up appointments and opening accounts for large manufacturing companies similar to Sam's Club, Costco, and Amazon. Um, You've been doing this for 24 years. There's no starter kit to buy, no inventory to maintain. I mean, what separates you guys apart from what's out there?
Well, that's a great question, and that's one thing that we get presented with all the time. You know, basically, I'd say the main thing that separates us from the majority of the other opportunities out there in the world would have to be the fact that our entire company is simply a company where I'm just a shopper. That's really, at the end of the day, I'm just a shopper.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole goal is to teach other people how to become an online shopper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, it's as simple as that. I mean, there are a lot of other moving parts
Mm-hmm.
once you're involved with the company, but at the end of the day, that's really all it is.
It's very simple.
It's very simple. Um, and it's interesting. It's a very progressive company. It's always seems to be ahead of
Yes.
what's coming. Like many, 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 many years ago, the CEO of this company had a vision where, like, you can't make this stuff up. It's almost like he had a vision of what the world would be like one day, and people would be in a situation where they were sort of, worried about finances, worried about their health, worried about their families.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never, in all my years, and I've been exposed to a lot of things, I've had a lot of people try to approach me from a lot of different businesses. I've never, in all my wildest dreams, seen a company where they really, really, really care about the people that partner up with them. They
Mm-hmm.
really do. I mean, if I could tell you what they've done for me, you wouldn't even believe me.
Mm-hmm.
You would not even believe me. It's a very different culture. It's just hard to explain in a quick little, Zoom like this, but
Yeah.
it's generous. They love you.
But
They appreciate you. And you'll feel that right away if you ever were to try. It's very different here.
I was going to
Very
say,
different.
I mean, I think that's part of your process too. Like when you're sharing the opportunity, whether they become customers or members with your friends or with your family or with people on LinkedIn, or even with our leads. And that's like, you've been doing this for like 4 or 5 months. How many people have you sponsored because of like working with the leads? And I know you do LinkedIn and you do warm market, friends and family. You basically tell a lot of people about what you do. Like how many people have you really been able to sponsor just by texting them, engaging in them, facing some rejection, but then sharing that video and a password? I mean, is it?
I think what I do, in all honesty, my closing rate out of 100 leads on a good month, every time I sift through, let's say 100 leads, I'm going to close anywhere from 4 on a bad month to 10 on a good month. And that's being realistic. And that's being, very creative. You got to kind of, take what you get. And when you're on the phone with that person, you make it about them.
Yes.
Whatever they give you, you make it about them. You compliment them right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge part of what I do. I make people like me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what separates me from a lot of others. Look, yeah. I made you like me, right?
You're a likable guy. I love you.
Isn't that funny how that worked out?
Yes. All right. Well, that's a quick call to explain a little bit about who you are, a little bit about the company you represent. If anybody's watching this video and they want to talk to Brad, they can contact me, or I'll have some information there. Actually, do you want to just give out your phone number? Like, can you give out your phone number for anybody that wants to call you and talk to you about your opportunity, or even talk to you about, getting a testimony or find out, like, what do you text these people? Like, can they call you, or what do you want?
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I can be reached at 203-545-0478 between the hours of 11 a.m. and midnight Eastern time, Friday and Saturday night, even a little bit later.
Okay.
Just don't call me early in the morning because I'm probably not going to respond.
Not a morning guy.
But 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till midnight, you shoot me a text, I'll probably respond rather quickly, unless I'm in the middle of a presentation.
Sounds good, Brad. Well, thank you so much. You're a good man. I know you're a family man. You're funny, and you've helped my business a lot. So
and handsome. Don't forget handsome.
And handsome. Oh my God, that's the number one thing I love. You're so damn handsome. All right, be good, brother. I love you. We'll see you.
I love you more.
Bye-bye.